Oh, we've got good bit rate there. Reset bit rates. And we're online. Well, hey. welcome to Amber Skies. Late in the day on day 14. Wow, what a day. I've been transferring everything over to Linux to make sure it all runs properly. Because hopefully we have now got the source code for the GUI and the server all sorted out. Please say I have. It looks like that's GUI. Yeah, there's the server. You can tell I'm back on Linux because things get deleted. Yeah. And it still says Windows 10 at the bottom, so I've got to change all of those today. Lovely. Oh, thank you. You're telling me that I'm online. I know I am. Thanks, Mr. Phone. I've got my cup of coffee, so I'm going to sit here and have a cup of coffee and chat to you. The journey over to Linux was not a smooth one, but it worked in the end. We now have everything here. I'll just show you through the GUI. Let's just remember where we're up to. So this is the main here. Yeah. So GUI, Graphical User Interface. What does it do? It is going to present the user with a user interface which is probably going to be click and observe or whatever, click button, but it's all going to be in 3D. That's one of my objectives, is for the graphical user interface to be in 3D. That's the first thing. So I've got this lovely system here now with source, an application which has been cleaned up a lot from last time. This performance time's rubbish. That's got to go. It really has to go. It's totally, yeah, about as useful as, yeah. No comment. You'll see what I mean. So this is still a bit of a mess with the timers. This has all got to go. We can't keep this. We're going to have to put a welcome up or something. This is ridiculous. So while running, what are we doing now? We are every 30 milliseconds we're going to check the input and send it off as a message number 2. Let's see what else we're doing here. Every 1 second we are going to update our performance timer, which is a waste of time, but it's just there for an example, I suppose. Yeah. This is just for an example. Alright, because I'm going to be taking it out so quickly it's going to be silly. Render all will render everything there is. And that is done in core system. Good. So our core system now will be doing a lot more work, and our application is doing a lot more of the control flow, as you can see. So we're looking good here. Input side seems to be working nicely. I've added apostrophes around the 2 because I want it as a character, not a number. Reason for that is because we're checking for characters, if I remember rightly, on the server. Yeah, we're checking for characters here, so it's checking for a 2 with the thingies around it, so that's why I've added that to make it work. Anything else I've got here? Input interface, no. Core system. Now logs us in with message, logs us off with message 0 and logs us on with message 5. Again, quotes have been placed on it to make it a character and not a number. ASCII codes, you see, it's all due to ASCII codes. The ASCII code for the number 5 is not 5. Interesting but true. So everything else is the same. This is render all. It just puts the text up on the screen for this strange texty thing you've got. Using a texture surface. Note, I'm going 3D, so note texture surfaces we've got. The shutdown of the core system is here. Don't know why shutdown's there, but initialization is here. Initialization is with a 0. That's the only thing that I've got to mention there. That's for the GUI, because it doesn't receive. So there's no receiving, it's a 0. On the server, you will find it under core services, initialization. It's receiving on 2019 there. And it's using the quotes around the numbers. So everything's exactly the same as it was at the end of episode 8 now. Except we've now got it all split down nicely without a display, unfortunately. Because I haven't done the display yet. So that's fine. So next we're on to the display, and once we have the display working, it's perfect, I suppose. So server, does it run? It runs okay. There it is. There's our server. Just pop that off to one side a minute. And here's our GUI, our graphical user interface, with stupid numbers on it which don't mean anything. But user logged in, message type 5. Number of users connected, 1. There we go. Application construct. Oh, you can't see that. There you go. So the server's on the right. This is all on the left. The numbers don't mean anything. They're not relative. It means we're at 1 point. The decimal place needs moving across, and that needs dividing by 24 or something. Or was it 30 something? Can't remember off the top of my head. But there's a division number missing in that equation there for Linux, because Linux works a bit faster than Windows. Yeah. Windows stops at 1 million, makes it into nanoseconds, where Linux just goes as fast as it damn well can. And I think it goes at about 20, it goes at 30 something million on this. Yeah, I'm at 32 gigabytes, so it should be about a division of 32 on there, 32.2. And you'll get the right score. To give you an idea. I think I'm running at that speed, or that's my base speed without any boost. So yeah, it's working. Now if I click off here, we shut down on this side. We also, user logged off, message 0, number of users left, none, so the server is shutting down. And it shuts down. Pause comment not found. I've not taken the pause comment out. I do apologise for that, I should do. That was on the server. So I'll just take the pause comment out, because it's not needed on Linux. It is on Windows, but hey ho, that's Windows for you special. Applications, got it. There it is, line 31. Not required on Linux. There we go. Sorted. Everything starts up, everything shuts down, and I'm one very, very happy bunny, except I've now got 105 changes to deal with. I've got to go through them all and make sure that I want to save them, and I've got to save them to Linux. We'll call it Prototype or Proto 2. Proto 2 sounds good. There we go. We'll put that as a message. Then I'll remember it. Welcome to Proto _2. Yeah, Proto 2. How's about that for a good name for it? Yeah, so the GUI and the server is working. which means we've got the first link in the chain. The next link in the chain is to make sure when we broadcast not back to the GUI, because the GUI doesn't care and won't be receiving it, and we instead broadcast out and include our MMO display 3D. Because once we've got that, we can change it all to 3D then, which will be the next step, I guess. Well, I'm not sure whether it'll be the next step, but we'll see. Depends what people want. I mean, if you want me to start the 3D part early, like next week, I can. I mean, I'm not bothered about it. So yeah, this is where we're up to, doing this one. As you can see, it's still got all the garbage in. If you have a look at like MMO server, it's not as big because there isn't as much garbage. So display 3D, we're not going to need debug, that's Windows, delete. Model will keep, release don't need, delete. Don't need any DLLs or anything like that. It's beautiful, it's nice to work with. That was from Windows, that was from Windows, that's from Windows. So is that. So is that. And this profile won't look so hot, will it? Don't need dependencies. That's Windows. All of this is Windows. Whoops. So all of this can go. Yeah, cleans it up a heck of a lot if you use Linux. To develop in anyway. What do we need here? We don't want that. We want the same as what we've got in probably GUI. What have we got in here? Yeah, that'll do. Those little libraries look a bit better. Can copy those over. Why is it saying MMO 3D? Should be MMO display 3D. Maybe I've never got around to doing this, so I suppose I've got an excuse. There we go, source application, yeah. Save that out and rename. So it should be MMO display 3D. That's better. Yeah, I changed it here. So I've got that. Done all that. Not bothered about that yet. Right, what have we got here? CD.exe. exec does not exist. Folder. exec. That's where I put my exec file. What we've got in model? Bob. Oh, we've got Bob. Alright, that's alright then. We're saved. We've got Bob. Git ignore is fine. That should work. This lot won't. No, that won't work. Again, take GUI. So it's Linux, not Windows. I don't need that one. That can go. That's better. So yeah, we'll use Clang. Why not? It's here to be used, so I'll use it. I'm not really bothered what compiler I use, to be quite honest with you. So that'll change that to Clang. Yeah, that's lovely. That's that one done. My throat's going already. I don't believe it. Come on, throat. My throat's dying. Launch. Let's see what we can do with launch. And launch. So, yep, that's okay. That's not. See that from here. And it's not an exe. There we go. That's better. Need to change nothing else except for that. That'll change that one. Yep, there we go. And that's our GDB true. Yep. I'm happy. I'll take that. Yeah, that looks alright. Don't know what this application does yet. I haven't even checked through it. So after that one, it's tasks. Shell build. Change that to sh. Problem matcher. Yeah, why not? Keep that. And that should do it. Okay. So we can now start on display 3D. Do we have a main? Oh, we do. Yay. First thing to do, get rid of that. Not required. Include source application. Oh, I don't know how to do that. It says. Really? Workspace folder / asterisk comma folder. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just having pity on me, I think, because I changed something. Okay. So we're going to be alright with that when it gets its act together. Let's see if I can do anything about it from here. Just reopen it. And it reopens in the wrong place. That's clever. That's better. Ah, it still doesn't like me. Oh, I bet I haven't called it source, have I? No, I have called it source. Application.hr. Yeah, we're alright. It's just messing me about for some reason. That's alright. I'm used to this with Microsoft, especially the things that they use. So let's get rid of you lot. Let's get rid of you. Get to you. So our main's okay. Our source. Ah, right. You can't find MMO data / user.h. Well, I'm not surprised. MMO data. It's in. You don't actually want to be doing that now, do you? You really want game state data. Yeah. So game, you going to help us out here? No, yeah, because thanks Microsoft, I love you too. Hash include MMO. Data's not even there. Oh, don't believe this. It's doing this stupid thing to me again, isn't it? So it is just a game. Is it state? Yeah, state data.h. And I know that exists, so it can get stuffed. Just make sure it does exist. MMO data. Big starry thing, comma comes after. Yeah, that works alright. There's nothing wrong with that. Alright, so what we got down here? We've got window, render, Bob, other Bob. Oh, good. We've got an other Bob, which is good. That means we can try for 2 players. 2 connections. We've got a UDP, a user, and another user, and an IP address. Application initialize, execute, shut down. I bet, have we still got everything the same here? Yeah, we have. That's good news. This is going to receive on 2020. Yeah, I've already changed it to 2020. That's good news. I've already made that decision. We're going to take the next one up. I've already started marking out change to 3D. Yeah, okay. So, what is this actually doing? Okay, it's creating surfaces. It seems to be doing a lot more than it should do. I mean, under the GUI, what did we call it? We went for core and input. So here, I think I'm going to go for core and display. So we'll have a display interface and a core system. We might probably go for the same kind of setup, I think, as we did with the graphical user interface. Just to keep it independent, so I can make a 2D interface first. Yes. Already a plan is coming together. So if I take our source for our display here, I can add a new folder and call it display. Okay, and under display I can put a new file saying display, and it's going to be 2D because that's what we're doing first, .h. And we can also have, of course, a CPP. New file. Display 2D .cpp. So we'll start with a 2D display, and then we'll make a 3D one afterwards, because that's a whole 2 weeks in itself, I think. I think we could manage this by the end of this week. We're only on Tuesday. Yeah, we're on Tuesday, so we're all right. Got plenty of time. You'll have one. There we go. Copy that. Don't need you anymore. For a minute or two, anyway. Do the header. Yeah. Return, and it's hash parag once. No idea what I'm going to put in here, by the way. Not at this stage. I haven't even thought about it. We didn't even think we'd be getting to display this week. I didn't expect the first parts to work, but they have. Sorry about that. Programming might have been a little bit too good there on the refactoring. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you have to start again. You know, one of those things, isn't it? Display 2DH, that one there, please. And we are going to have a namespace, and it's going to be MMO display. There we go. That's that done, that done, that done. Wallop. Copy. I haven't checked my name spacing yet. We'll have to do that next. There we go. This is going to be a class. I can tell you that straight off. display 2D. I already know that. Public. And it's going to be display 2D. Semicolon, and again, I'm going to do the destructor. Shouldn't do, really. Not until I know it's needed. But there we go. That's done now. And we can pop those through, I think. That's it. That's all I know. That's all I know about at the moment. Sorry to say. Wish I knew more, but I don't. So we'll start with that. Good place to start, really, when you think about it at the beginning. Creating a whole new display class. We will probably do a whole new core class as well for this. Ding. Shift. There we go. Everything's working nicely in there. And that will be... yeah. H. They're putting include in. SDL2. And that one there. That'll do. Otherwise it's going to whinge at me. Soon as I do this. SDL_log. Oh, what happened? Z. What did I push? Okay, control is probably one of the answers. No, plus. Control plus. Ah, back. Okay, end. Tab. Shift. SDL_LOG. Alright, it's working. Display. Oops. Constructed. Full stop. SDL_log. This is the reason why I do a destruct, is because I want to know about it, rather than just leave it to the compiler to make one. I would have preferred to know that they're destroying my stuff. So this is display 2D destroyed. Full stop and semicolon. That's nice. That's nice. I'm comfortable with that. Not doing anything with it yet. MMO display 3D. I'll just take a copy of that in case I haven't used it anywhere else. Application.cpp. What have you got? Oh, we have. Oh, that's nice. Everything's going to work then. It's only main who doesn't know about anything. Oh, it's got all the right things, and it's arrived at long last. It's decided that we're allowed to do things now. That's good news. Source. I think we will have another folder, and we'll call it core. I always try and have a core folder, and in that core folder I always try and have a core system. So new file, core system. I tend to build this way because it makes sense at the end of the day. It might not be the final structure at all. So core mean, these are deletable, as you possibly have found out. Oh, that's something else I probably have done. I think it was in the server. We had empty files lingering around. So instead now we've just got core services. We haven't got all of those other 4 files. And, well, they were preempting refactoring, and I didn't like it. And I've also taken them out of here so I can't remind myself and I'll forget about them. Otherwise I'll cheat. And I don't really want to cheat at all in this. We've got a very, very good prototype. It's rubbishly written, but it's a good prototype, and that's the point. When you get a good prototype, follow it. Follow it to where it takes you. So really all I'm doing today is these. I'm just filling in stubbing, they call it stubbing out the system, I think. I'm not sure. Hash include. And I want now core system, please. Thank you. Namespace we know is MMO display. I can't type it for some reason. 3D. Yeah, that'll do. Oops, I won't put that in. So it's obvious what I'm doing. I'm just building classes. The skeletons of classes here. And this again is a class. Core system always is. If I can learn to type within the next 10 seconds, it would be wonderful. Semicolon. Return public. And it's core system. Brackets. Semicolon. Title. And it's core system. Brackets. Semicolon. Pull these out. That's finished now. We may as well put it in whilst we're here. SDL2. And that one, please. Thank you. So you all done. Don't need to see you again, do I? No. Okay. Lovely. La 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 la. I love doing this because this is the easy part of programming. It's just setting it up, and then I've got to have some ideas. That's the hard part. I'll have to have some ideas on what to do now, I think. I think thinking time is usually better off screen. Unless you want to see me think. Or hear me think. It sounds something like that anyway. That'll do it, Bob. Yeah, that's exactly how I think. Funnily enough. Ooh, 2Ds there. Oh, hot. It's hot. Fingies are sweating. You don't need to know about that. It's too much description. Core system, isn't it? Core system constructed SDL, yep, log, and it's core system, and that's destroyed. Fantastic. We've done it. We have done it. We have started. We've got everything put in place now for our final display. Yeah. This is going to be fun. Right, what have I left available to us? That's the question. I've put available to us. Let's have a look. SDL, TTF, so TrueType fonts, the network data. So we've got everything we're going to need. What we're going to put on screen? Bob. We need to put Bob on screen. I think that's the first thing we need to do. Alright, what colour screen shall we have? Green for grass? Yeah, let's have green for grass. I need something I can write on. Does Linux come with a paint program? I don't know. Never really asked it. I've never looked. Applications. Development, games, graphics. Document, image editor. That's me GIMP. What's scalable graphics? Don't know what this is. Oh! Calligra Carbon is unmaintained. No, I'll stuff you then. We'll have GIMP. Simple as. I like GIMP. GIMP's alright. I've got it here on my favourites, haven't I? Let's see if GIMP's any good. If it is, we'll use it. Here it is. Look, here's GIMP. It's not as if I've got a small computer and I can't open it. Oh, right. File. Open. Oh, I've got a current. That's usually good if I've got a current. Day 4. Duplication of code, server client interaction, game state, heart of the game. Oh my god. Look at that. We've now actually got game state in our data library. Got a library for that. Wow, that's what we were doing on day 4. Isn't that awesome? Wow. How do I clear this? It was select, was it? No. Edit. Clear. All right. Yeah. So we've got edit and clear. Yeah, we've got a pencil thingy. Right. Okay. We're getting closer. We have a pen tablet driver. I don't think I'm going to switch that on yet. So we do have the things we're going to need. That's good news. That's good news because I've run out of coffee. And according to this, I've already been recording for 38 minutes late in the day. Wow, nearly 5:30. So half an hour into overtime here, you guys. I want extra pay. Not. It's only because I was late getting started because of all the conversions I had to do. So all we've really got here, let's have a look. It's all going to be in application at the moment. So what we're going to be doing is refactoring our application into core system and display. Initialize should initialize everything, but we're going to have an initialize display which does like this. This is initialize display, this part. Window and renderer. This is a bit awkward. The core will initialize that part. The display will do this part. So this is display. Let's start seeing if we can split it off. That is core. Surface. Making a bob and making another bob is change to 3D. Yeah, we understand that. That's perfectly alright. That is going to be display. Initialize for receiving only. That's going to be core. That's going to be dealing with the internet. So at some point, the core has to get what comes in on the internet to the screen. It can do that via data by... Oh, the data will know. Yes, our data must match. So we will need a copy of whatever data is stored for the screen. Okay. In other words, the 2s. We don't care about the 5s and the 0s. We care about the 2s and the movement going through the server. All 2s will be passed through to us here. Okay. Well, the final results will be. And we will store them here. And then that can be accessed by... Saved out there, accessed by... Yeah, that works. Okay. Alrighty. Bool is running equals true. Int has initialized. Yeah, that runs the initialization. And sets things up. We have an event system. Not sure what for yet. Positions for Bob. Bob's initial positions. That can go into our data now. So that will be in initialization, shouldn't it? Yeah. Int use num users 1. Yeah, okay. This information here, core initialize data, game state. I'll put it in properly. Game, because we know what it's called. Data. It's there. There. Game state data. So we'll be using that to store this information in. Until it's corrected by whatever comes in. Okay. We seem to have got enough information out of you lot. That actually what I'll do now is I'll just close you a minute. Just open it. Oh yes, I had to write a test server. A quick test server that was. Remove from folder workspace, please. Thank you. It's not supposed to be here. We're on Twitch, aren't we? We can get rid of you. Where's it? Move to bait. Down there it is. Go, bye-bye. Thank you. Waste of time. Waste of space. It was just a test server. I wanted to make sure that my numbers were right. I was doing that this afternoon. Right. So that's okay. Then we've got some timers. Every 30 milliseconds, muser is ready. And muser is ready. Check input. We don't need to, we're the output. That's events. Okay, that's good. And then we're into the main refactor. And the shutdown. You see this part here, textures and renderers, that goes into the display shutdown. that goes in display. Shut down. The network, and that goes in the core shutdown. You can see how it's starting to factor now, how we're going to be refactoring it now. Destroying the window is display shutdown, so that belongs with a bit above. And SDL quit is core shutdown, so that goes second. Core shutdown. It initializes SDL. And return. Whatever, yeah. We need to start altering these names. But that's on a check afterwards. We'll probably check through everything next about if we get time the end of this week. If not, beginning of, well, I think we'll spend next week doing checks. Okay, any questions, anyone? Or anybody ever be happy with me slicing this up like this? I'm not slicing this bit up because this is getting a bit too technical in there. I'm not sure, about all of this lot without reading through it properly. But it's looking good already. I think we can make a start on this tomorrow, just as it is. And we are then up to this line that goes across. That's handy. Okay, I think we're done. Questions time. Why am I back on Linux? Yeah, I wasn't liking the way things were going on Windows. I was starting to struggle against Windows, as you see, I was getting a bit frustrated. And it was adding a little bit more stress than I'm allowed to have. A comment was made by my boss, and I think I made a comment on it on the last yesterday's stream. I was starting to feel a bit of stress. And when I'm on Linux, I don't feel it. So it's a comfort zone issue, I believe. Something like that. Something was happening to me where I was just getting overstressed. So it doesn't make my tablets work very well. It makes me go a bit weird. So I've decided against that. I've come back to Linux. I've settled in. I've got everything transferred over. If anybody wants to know how I use Microsoft Code on Linux, there are plenty of tuitions I can point you to on the internet. If you go over to YouTube and you search for our lot, Amber Skies, C++ is usually the best thing to check it under, like that. I'm usually somewhere nearer the top because I put a lot of C++ up. And all you do is look for that circle with the planet and the amber. That bit, the planet and the amber. And there's loads and loads and loads. Go to the playlists, and instead of saying click it down one to created playlists. Changes the screen and you get all of them. Look how many there are. Going all the way back to my original stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4 introduction on how to build an OpenGL engine. I think that was the testing of it and making a 3D game out of it. So all of those first ones belong to each other. So look at how many there is there, and there's a lot. Plus I'll go through it all and show you how it's developed. A couple of games on there. If anybody wants me to play them, I will continue playing them. There is Qt. C++ with Qt is here. If you go to the top and click on Amber Skies here, you will come over to my website, GitHub code for the Qt3D stuff is here. And that will bring you to Fraser Sharp, Amber Skies, and I've got a project Qt3D, Qt3D development, all pretty good. Oh, it's Qt511 with Visual Studio 2017, so it's pretty well up to date. We're on Qt513 now, I believe. That's what I downloaded today anyway. So yeah. That's the advertising over. You've got lots and lots to go at if you want it. And I just want you to keep going around the internet, digging as much as you can, exploring as much as you can. That's what will make you a programmer. Not trying to learn it. If you want to program, you program in English or your native language. You do not program in a specific language. You then pick the language which is suitable. For me, the only reason I use C++ is it's easy to show you how to do things. Because C++ I'm allowed to get hold of the memory and shake it by the neck and make it work for me. Whereas if you use something like Java, it's got memory management, it's all done for you, and it holds your hand whilst you're programming. I don't want that. I want to be able to show you everything, the good side and the bad side of programming. So, yeah. Looks like we're on the finals going into tomorrow. I've got messages, what the heck that's about. Oh, right, yeah, got you. And I'm sorry it was a bit short today. Ugh. Keep getting things here. What's going on here? All right. I'm sorry that today was a bit short, but I was working quite a lot. I think it took me 2 hours to get it all set up and running. So I didn't really get a chance, and I still got to save it all out yet. So I'm going to do that, including the deps. Yes, I keep the deps. For you Windows people, I'll keep it. I'll keep hold of it for you. Don't you worry. So, take care, keep exploring, and above all, have fun.